Hello YouTubers, 0 to 100 here, and today I'm test riding the KTM 1290 Super Adventure. So let's do the walk around first, and just to let you know that I have already ridden the bike for about half an hour on the way here, and I can tell you already that I love this bike. It's extremely good. You can see that it's a high-end product, top of the range. This bike was specifically designed to take on the BMW 1200 GS. It is a direct competitor to the BMW 1200 GS. Besides others like the Honda Cross Tourer, the Suzuki DL 1000 Faustrom. All of these bikes are on the high end of the adventure touring market. This one here is a European bike, just like the BMW 1200 GS. It is even more of a competitor to the BMW. The BMW is German, of course, and this is an Austrian company. So it has a 1300 cc engine, so 1.3 liter. It has 160 brake horsepower. It is chain drive. It has a 120/70 19-inch front tire, 48 millimeter inverted forks, suspension in the front, electronically adjusted semi-active suspension, electronic dampening, monoshock in the rear. It has a 170 tire in the back, LED lights all around. It's got a 30-liter tank. It has an adjustable screen, and I will go into that later. It's got LEDs in the front. It's got two LED spotlights built into the fairing, which what this does, and I'll try to demonstrate this a little bit later, is when you take the corner, it actually switches on left or right depending on which way you're leaning, and to illuminate the corner a lot better, which is a nice feature there. It has ABS brakes, Brembo, both front and back. It's got standard stock handguards. The rear view mirrors are fine, but not as good as some that I've seen in the adventure touring sector or range. The instrumentation is beautiful. The instrumentation has got a lot of gadgets, a lot of electronics, onboard computer to adjust the settings of your rides. Right now I've got it in street mode. Let me switch it on. So the suspension on this, I give it top marks. It's really, really good, guys. And you can watch other YouTubers, they will say the same thing. The suspension on this bike is really, really good. This bike is packed with a lot of features. It's got a heated seat. It's got a traction control, multi-system traction control, so off-road. Let's see here if I can show you everything that it's got. So it's really got a lot of information: oil temperature, battery, odo, date, ambient temperature. It's got your front tire pressure, and yeah, so it's the damping is on street. You can see here the drive modes. You can put it on sport, you can put it on street, you can put it on rain, and you can put it on off-road. I believe this is the damping and traction control for the bike. It's got a gear indicator. There is your fuel. There is your temperature. It's got the time. You can set it for single passenger, no luggage. You can set it for rider and pillion. You can set it for rider, pillion and luggage. So there's a lot of settings on this bike. I don't need to go through all of them. I did notice on the way here that the wind is quite in my face, and as you can see here, it's not easy, but that's how you adjust the screen. So I've just brought it up probably around 40 mils higher through these two turning knobs. So it's not something that you can do on the fly. So you would have to pull over to do something to adjust the windscreen. You've got your 12 volt socket here, which is a nice touch. I always appreciate it when a manufacturer adds the 12 volt. The crossbars look really well integrated. Nice big exhaust. The bike weighs around 220 kilograms, so it's not the heaviest in its range, but it's really nice. It's when you're taking a corner, it feels like it wants to take it for you. So KTM, nice job. The bike itself looks good. It's got an incredible range with 30-liter fuel tank, and of course here is your cruise control as well, which is excellent. I believe here you set the cruise control. I'm not familiar with all of these settings. The other features that this thing has got, and it's packed full of features, is, like I said, it's got a heated seat, heated grips. It's got self-cancelling indicators. You can see here the heated grips. Slipper clutch. Yeah, everything you would need on an adventure touring bike. So yeah, right now basically I'm going to take it for a ride. So on the motorway I'm going to do a couple of twisties, maybe take it off-road. It rained last night, so if it's too muddy I will cancel that option, but in general this is the walk around of the bike. It is really nice looking, very, very aggressive when you ride. So there's plenty power from the 1.3 liter engine. Plenty power through all the revs. Yeah, so the torque on this bike is incredible. It is really powerful. It's got 160 brake horsepower, so it does not lack in torque, that I can tell you. You can basically do overtake in any gear. The power is there through all the way to the top, which is really nice for a bike like this. And in my opinion, I think it has even a little bit too much power. So enough about the KTM. I think the walk around is complete. There is nothing else I can tell you. So let's go test ride it, guys. Okay, so let's take this baby for a ride and see how she does. So my first impressions, like I said, I've been on it for about half an hour already, is that in general, all round, it is an excellent bike. I believe that it's a very sporty adventure tourer. It's got plenty torque all the way up. Amazing. Really amazing. So the engine is impressive. That is really amazing. So the engine is really good. The seating position is comfortable. Having adjusted the windscreen up, I feel less wind, but doing 170, I still feel there's quite a bit of wind turbulence against me and my helmet, although it is a lot better having adjusted it up around 40 mils. It's got an amazing engine sound. The other thing I like is why I say it's a sporty touring adventure is that this bike feels like it wants to go into the corners, you know, effortlessly. It's really good. Of course, it is a lighter bike. It's the lightest in its class, so that helps. But yeah, it just feels so good when in the cornering. The suspension is amazing. Suspension is amazing on this bike, like I've told you guys. It's really, really nice. And what I don't like, and I suppose that this is something that you get used to on every bike, I don't like so much the controls of the bike. And just look at that. Whoa! Man, this thing flies. 160 horsepower. Woo! Man, that is amazing. I've got to check my GoPro every now and again because lately, I don't know if it is my micro SD card. I think I need to exchange it because it's just been locking up and I've been missing some great footage. So yeah, I have to check it every now and again if it is recording because I don't want to miss moments like that. That was really amazing. Now I've got to go put in some juice because I'm running out. And I've got to get the bike back to the dealer. So what have I learned so far about this bike? Yeah, in general, it's an excellent all-rounder. I think it is a really sporty adventure tourer. I'm sure that it will do really, really well on the off-roads, and we can test that today still. Bit of illegal stuff here going on. Bit of a hurry, so the engine is amazing. The cornering ability of this bike is amazing. It's a really natural, comfortable seating position. Enough wind protection. Feels like it's got really good grip. You can adjust the settings on the fly. It's on street at the moment. So if I put it on sport, it tells me to close throttle, and I am now in sport mode, which should be even more aggressive. It's got a very aggressive acceleration style. So I can just imagine what a beast it will become on sport. So yeah, up, I'm on street now. Oh, it's that easy to adjust the settings, yeah? Return. Fuel range 90 kilometers. That is amazing. I must tell you though that comparing to my Honda Cross Tourer, this feels a lot more aggressive. I get the same amount of speed, but without realizing it. And I suppose that is also because the Honda Cross Tourer is a heavier bike than this. So when I open throttle and I look, I'm doing 120, 130. With this thing, also with the noise, it sounds a lot more aggressive, and you look down, and in actual fact, you're only reaching those speeds. So that's in 5th gear. and it really kicks in. It's really got an amazing power delivery. That's full throttle, and I'm already doing 160, and I feel my helmet wants to fly off. So it's definitely got a lot more wind to the rider than some of the other bikes, and this is adjusted to the top. One thing I've got to tell you again, the suspension on this bike is really good. I mean, it just absorbs all of the bumps. I hardly feel it. It's that good. So out of all the bikes that I've ridden, this is definitely the best suspension that I've had. I mean, you do feel, of course, on any bike, but the rebound on this is superb. You don't feel that jerk up again once you hit a bump. So that's really good. The controls, I don't like the flicker controls. It's very stiff. It doesn't feel like you're putting anything on or off. And it's got self-canceling indicators, yeah, but it's so stiff that it doesn't, you hardly feel a click, you know. So I don't like the flicker so much, but I guess that's something that you get used to. It's not going to stop you from buying this bike. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. Really, that is amazing. That was 6th gear, and I just opened throttle. And so 1.3 liter engine delivering this much power on an adventure bike is amazing, guys. Really amazing. Definitely feels a lot punchier. The throttle response is perfect, so it's not too sensitive for the bike. Let's take it off-road. And let me change this to hey. I should be able to okay, it's off-road right now. I don't like the standing position of this bike, to be honest with you. The pegs as well, the foot pegs as well, are a lot smaller. Sort of my foot is half on the foot peg and half off, and it's sort of almost forcing my ankles out. Alright, that's a lot better. And I feel that I'm crouching over with my back ever so slightly. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not all that bad. Yeah, whoop. So it's slippery and muddy, but the bike handled quite well. Yeah, I must say that it's inspiring a little bit of confidence here. Oh. Whoa! That was a deep pond. Wow. Wow. So I guess the dealer is not going to be all that happy with me, so maybe I better wash it when I'm finished with it. So how does it do off-road? I think that off-road, it's a good bike. I wouldn't say as good as the African Twin. The African Twin's got more of a off-road feel to it. The African Twin's got a bit of a more off-road feel to it, but there's nothing wrong with this. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. It feels like it can handle the rough terrain, that's for sure. So definitely a very good all-rounder, but that's what these bikes are made for. So I wouldn't take such a top-heavy bike to extremes, yeah, but definitely it is a bike that you can feel confident. Wow. Wow, damn, that was sprays a lot. I don't know why my bike doesn't do that. Oops. So we'll stop and do some maintenance in a moment. So I've got no idea why this bike sprays the water so much. I presume it's got something to do with the front fork. I mean the front mud guard. But yeah, that's a bit weird. So it's 12:12. I suppose I've got to get back. Yeah. Amazing, really amazing. You don't feel these the off-road even in a sitting position. It's got these ripples, and the electronic suspension dampener just rides over this. I would say this suspension gets top marks. Really, I've been on this road many times, and you don't feel the bumps on this road. Wow. Wow, that is really, 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 really good. And for that reason, this bike does extremely well for off-road. Whoa! It's on sport. Wow! I hope the lens is clean enough because, wow. What an amazing bike. Honestly, what an amazing bike. So, I love it. I love this bike. For what it is, for a European bike, it really gives the adventure touring market a good place. A really good place. Brakes wise are also very good on this bike with standard Brembos. Now, yeah, I'm really proud of the Austrians having made such a good all-round bike. Really good. So again, this bike just feels like it wants to go into the corners. Put petrol, get back to the dealer because it's almost time for them to close. Look at the traffic. That's when I'm happy to be on a bike because you just filter through in and out. So I've given this bike a good test. I think today I've given it a good walk around. I think that all in all this bike is really up there with the top bikes, so I would place it with the king of the adventure touring, the 1200 GS. I think this comes nothing far from that bike. It's got definitely all the bells and whistles. The Africa Twin and the Honda Cross Tourer are all the big adventure bikes that fall in this category. And this will definitely be up there with the best of the best. Right now I'm going to put in some fuel and get it back to the dealer. So I hope you liked the video. Help a guy grow his channel. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, it means a lot. And help a guy grow his channel. So 0 to 100, over and out. Peace out. Cheers.